Catching up with Sarah and Ginny, fueled by laughter and insights aplenty. Curiosity, connection, and learning that sticks. Real talk, real lives with practical tips. Welcome to Catching Up with Sarah and Ginny. Come on in.
Hello, Annamarie, and here we are at the Schools and Academy show, and I think you've been busy already today, haven't you?
I have, yes.
Yes, on panels.
I have been very busy on the NASEN stand, and
Yes.
also I had a fantastic opportunity to be on a panel in the NASEN sponsored SEND Theatre.
Fabulous. So can you just tell us kind of a little bit about what you do in your role, please?
My role is, I've actually got the most amazing job. I lead NASEN, which is the National Association for Special Educational Needs. And we're a membership organisation, and a membership organisation for those that are really interested in supporting SEND and inclusion in the educational system. And my job is all about working with the fantastic team that we have at NASEN, designing great resources that are helpful to schools, to colleges, to early year settings, to support them in the work that they're doing to provide education for all children. We do many other things, policy influencing. We have some professional journals. I do some intense and amazing work with the editors of our 3 journals. We get involved in book reviewing, and we take a huge interest in the development of all practitioners, whatever phase and stage that they work in, and whatever stage of their career, whether they're an early career professional, whether they're a school leader, whether they're in governance, they all matter.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I mean, I love that, because NASEN has been very important to me in my journey in terms of me writing for your Connect magazine, and then from that being encouraged to write my first book. So actually, yeah, I can say fabulous organisation. Thank you. Thinking around a wow moment in terms of all of those great things that you do, is there a wow moment that you've had recently, today, whenever that you want to share with us?
Yeah, I don't think there's one single wow moment. If I said that almost every day when I get up and get ready to go, there's something that I'm anticipating to be the wow of the day. It's something that sets my heart a little flutter, and I'm genuinely looking forward to, that anticipation. And then the reflection at the end of the day, it's usually because I'm writing a to-do list for the next week or the next month, that there's always a standout moment. There may not be always the moment that you expect. Sometimes it's that chance encounter with a parent,
Always,
a young person, a teacher, and they say something that resonates significantly. So, for instance, the Curriculum and Assessment Review, recently the report published, and it was a lot to read, a lot to contemplate, and I thought, wow, at the number of audiences at all levels that want to engage in a conversation and have an opinion. So they have an opinion about the aspects in that stands out for them. And I described it. I think I was somewhere in quite a professional forum, and I described it just a couple of days after encountering that report as it's a bit like an over the rainbow moment.
Yeah.
Because I think that there should be a pot of gold at the end of it, because it's been long awaited and a lot of people have contributed. So I'm looking for that
much needed
of gold.
Yep.
And everybody I talk to is giving me their perspective, and it's like one of the colours of the rainbow.
Yeah.
And they're not all blended into one. I have to accept that everybody, according to their stance, where they're looking, they're seeing something different. And I've even had experience of somebody saying, "Oh, I've read this, or I've interpreted that," and I had to go back and reread it myself. And I think I've read it quite thoroughly.
Yeah.
And so that somebody's bringing a perspective, bringing the subtext that isn't written, their own interpretation.
But that's so important to have it open for people to be able to have that, because actually we need to see what people, how they are interpreting it, because then that's often the barrier. They thought of it in this way, but actually if we have a conversation early on, we can go, well, actually, this is kind of what's intended by this. Wonderful.
So
I love
like
that.
said, it's the curriculum and assessment review report is a wow moment. You would say, oh, come on, Annamarie. Because it's not answering all the questions that of course we wanted to do everything. However, it has proved to me the stimulus for the conversations, and to feel that we are part of a profession and the society, and those that are actually writing, teaching now, those that are working in roles such as psychology, health and social care, are having an opinion and a perspective about something that's about education. I think that's a wow moment.
I think that's fabulous. I'm loving that as a wow moment. I think that's great. Yeah, thank you for that.
And I love this idea of the rainbow, and I love the fact that the colours of the rainbow are still distinct. And as you said, they're not all merging together. And actually this openness to acknowledge the different colours and that people have different viewpoints, and that they are that they're all valid and they are listened to kind of bring the rainbow together as a whole. I absolutely love that analogy.
But they're not then making brown. By mixing all together, they're still keeping distinct. I like that. That's really
fabulous. So Annamarie, what about if send were a song? What song would you choose and why, please?
Well, you know, this is really hard because I would say about send, it would be Don't Step on My Blue Suede Shoes, because there's a lot of segregation and separation and don't get in my territory, and that's not a contender for the song competition, because I don't want that to prevail.
Yes,
and we need to be much more collaborative. So the song I really want to talk about is it's a song that has an original songwriter, so we can talk about it. If I had a good singing voice, I could sing it and you wouldn't have any copyright breaches whatsoever or licensing rules. But Run by the River is a song that was written and performed by Ali Gilbert, who works at NASEN.
Oh, wow.
So Ali Gilbert's music is, if anybody wants to look it up. And the reason that's a very powerful song is not about the lyrics. It's about something about the rhythm of the music, because Ali has found that countless parents contacted him to say for their child, their young person with SEND needs, that it's either proved to be stimulating, soothing, or something that's inspired joy. He's had over 1 million clicks on this online, and parents are telling him that there's something about the tune does it. So I would have to say Run by the River by Ali Gilbert. But there's a second song that he actually wrote to inspire SEND, and the lyrics are all about empowerment and being heard, and it's called Louder, and he sang Louder at our NASEN Awards this year in October. And Louder was sung verbally by Ali with music accompaniment, and he was accompanied by a signing choir from Derwent College. So the spirit of inclusion was there, the power of the lyrics, and Ali wrote that for NASEN to really to embody the spirit of empowerment. And let's talk about, let's speak about, let's shout louder about SEND.
Oh my goodness. Well, I have to say we have got a Spotify playlist for all of the songs that our guests tell us. So we are going to find that very soon. And
it is online, it's on YouTube, and Ali's actually here today. And he routinely here will go and talk to, there's one of the other exhibitors that has music equipment. They'll allow him to sing. We'll have to.
Oh my goodness. We will have to find Ali, and we need this in our life. I just love the humanness of that, the fact that it's somebody who works within NASEN, who has also been given the freedom to do that, and also the impact it's had on so many people. And then also the fact that you've had it at the NASEN Awards and the inclusion and the signing. It's kind of what it should all be about. I think that is amazing.
I mean, we're going to be going away this evening with a lot of books to read and a lot of songs to listen to. So I think that's the wonderful thing. And I'm really glad we've included that question because it has provoked a lot of discussion. And the power of music generally and the power of lyrics, I think that's so important. So thank you for that. Wonderful. And the other big question is around a book. So a favourite book. And again, it can be a children's book, an educational book, a fiction, not anything.
Well, I love books. So this
Wonderful.
was the difficult one. The difficult one was finding one.
Always.
And the book that I'm continually going back to right now, and I feel it's giving me strength to be able to do all I need to do every day. It helps me to frame relationships and interactions, and also helps me to settle the anger I might feel about the world of education not always being a fair place. So that book is called The Anatomy of Peace. And it's been produced by the Arbinger Institute. It's the Arbinger Institute. They're essentially a collaboration of negotiators. And the book is not brand new. It's a resource that's out there and available. The NASEN team all have a copy of The Anatomy of Peace, and
we shall be getting a copy.
Concepts in there that we really subscribe to. So the book, through almost why I like it is it tells a story of people coming together to solve what isn't working in their family lives, and through the stories, the individual stories, we learn about the different tools and techniques that they might use. And the core principles are coming to conversations, interactions with a heart of peace or a heart of war. And it's very reflective in encouraging an individual who might feel justified in speaking angrily. They might feel that they have a need to be heard, to be seen, and they might feel that they are in the right and somebody else is in a very different position. The framing of the book enables anybody to think about the perspective of another person, and that they don't really set out to be warlike. That other person usually sets out to equally have their arguments. So it brings some tools and techniques that are hugely beneficial in the workplace. We're working as a school or a setting, brilliant parents, relationships, also with relationships with those that provide services. And we think that's not happening as we would like. So there's all sorts of reasons why that book is really worth engaging with.
I love that. But also that whole concept of nobody sets out to create a war. Ginny and I, that's a conversation we have a lot. And around the work that we do, it's around everybody comes into this to try and want to make something better. They don't come in to make things more difficult. And if we take that stance, it is that kind of like, then what's the angle, like the rainbow? What's the colour that they're currently kind of trying to get into the rainbow that we need to just look at and reframe?
We
I love that.
Remind each other and we say, just think, how are you coming to the conversation? You know, can you bring your heart of peace? Because what we want to do is achieve a resolution. And that might mean we'll all recognise that there's simmering, that there's anger. We're not expecting to achieve perfect consensus, but we have to achieve a respect for other opinions, and also to have an understanding of why sometimes somebody gets stuck in their metaphoric box. And the book goes into concepts such as that, that's stuck in one's box, feeling that one is justified with that perspective.
That's so, oh, goodness me. We could have a whole podcast about that book, actually. Thank you so much, Annamarie, because it's been quite inspirational.
It has.
Hasn't it? Thank you.
Thank you so much. After this, we're going to go and find the song. We're going to find the book, aren't we, Sarah? And probably have a little book club as well. Oh, my goodness. We could end up having a book club after this. It has been absolutely brilliant. Thank you so, so much. And as we always say, Sarah, it's always a pleasure.
Never a chore.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us this time. on Catching Up with Sarah and Ginny.
Always a pleasure and never a chore.